You're listening to
The Audacity.
Welcome back to The Audacity, episode 6. Not that we're keeping track. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, we encourage you to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. It's the only review we respect and accept on an emotional level. You can say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Make sure that you check out our YouTube where you can watch us. We put so much effort.
I know.
And
We're so
subscribe.
desperate. This is all we have.
Yeah, this is all we have is breasts,
The last thing to go. It's the last thing to go.
Look at that. Tell me it's not good. Check us out. Tell us if, whatever.
Yeah, you guys can just put like a thumb over our faces and just look at our breasts and hair. That's okay.
Have an opinion. We don't care. Subscribe, though.
Yeah, subscribe though. Yeah, and just like give us 5 stars.
Ring the cute little bell because then you'll be the first to know as soon as we drop any content. And then eventually we're going to have like a subscription thing where we just talk a lot of shit. And if you like this,
like
you're
a
going to
whole
love
thing.
that. It's
It's
going to
like
be
a
a whole
whole
thing.
thing.
But in the meantime, I'm Karen Margolis.
And I'm Nancy Gale.
And we're two girls reacting to the internet.
Ooh.
It's time to react.
It's time to react. Are you ready to react?
Yeah, I'm ready
Let's
to
do
react.
it.
All right. Here's our first clip. We're going to get right into it. Don't you love how short our intros are?
Yeah.
Aren't we refreshing?
It's like most of the episode of the intro.
Oh my God. It's like 40 minutes in. Like, hey guys, let's jump right in. Okay. So there's this guy. All right. I'm just going to set it up loosely. There's this guy and he spends $2 million. He's like a billionaire. He spends $2 million a year to stay young. And he says he has the body of an 18-year-old. We'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
So this tech bro is spending $2 million a year just to have the body of an 18-year-old. As obnoxious as that sounds, Brian Johnson's obsession with youth might contribute to science in a way that could help us all. And he's footing the bill himself. So really, thanks, Brian. Johnson got rich selling Braintree, a payments processing firm, to eBay for $800 million in 2013. Now, the 45-year-old employs dozens of doctors and regenerative health experts in an effort to get carded at the club again. Not that his lifestyle would allow that. He follows a strict vegan diet, a rigorous exercise regimen, consumes multiple supplements, and rinses his mouth with a tea tree oil and antioxidant gel daily to try and turn back the clock. He also undergoes a battery of medical procedures and tests on a regular basis. There's definitely a market for technology that stalls or even reverses the effects of aging. And Johnson's pioneering approach, while impractical and totally devoid of anything fun as far as we can tell, does seem to be keeping him looking younger anyway. Would you want the body of an 18-year-old at the age of 45?
Why are we so focused on body? Look at the face.
You think his face is so great?
I think he looks like he's 58
I know.
years old.
I was like, that was
What's so
distracting.
impressive to
Tea tree
you?
oil and
I mean, just Botox. That's just Botox.
That's just Botox, baby. I get that you come matcha, but I'm not. To me, youth is in the face.
Yeah.
You don't look young, right?
I didn't think he looked
He looks
young.
like a regular adult.
They said 45. I was like, yeah, like you said, I was like 55. Let's go 55. I'm going to go 55.
With 55. Yeah. I
He
don't
doesn't-
know. Does he scream youth to you?
No. I mean, that hair. What is that? Is that Rogaine? What is that?
Babe, you know what? So I did research for this a little bit because this guy, his new thing is he has a son who's like a teenager and he harvests his son's blood and spins it out and takes the plasma and injects it into himself. And then he takes his own plasma and injects it into his father.
Wow.
So it's a tri-generational plasma human centipede.
Wow. That is a therapist is going to have a lot of fun with that one day.
That's going to be unpacked
Yeah.
over a lifetime.
I mean, okay, so have you seen pictures of his son? Does his son look 12 or?
The son's a teenager.
The son just looks like a teenager.
He looks like a regular teenager.
I mean, all that work and you just I mean, his body is impeccable. I'll give him that. The body looks great.
the body looks like he has no skin.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, wait, a 6-pack. I like the 6-pack.
Yeah, I don't mind the
Okay.
6-pack, but it's like I saw another video. It's like we only have so much time on the show, but I saw another video where he goes, yeah, at one point I was eating 70 pounds of vegetables a week, and I was like doing intermittent fasting. So I was like, there's a chunk of time of the day when I'm just eating vegetables, and my body fat got down to 3%.
Yeah, but your farts are up by like 1,000. That's a fart fest. Dude, I would never want to hook up with... No, dude, too many vegetables. You can't-
So obsessed with himself. It's like there's room for one person to need to look young constantly, and that's a woman.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, I eat 70 pounds of vegetables a week and he get down to 30 pounds. And the interviewer goes, oh my God. He goes, that's like competition body weight. He goes, like bodybuilders who are on stage who are like 2 seconds away from passing out and dying, they're at 3%.
Yeah.
Like that's not healthy.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I'm up to 5% now.
Wow.
Good job.
I mean, he looks great. I think his body looks great. His face is like whatever. It's not worth.
You're so nice.
It's not worth. I mean, he also doesn't. He goes out in the sun. It looks like he's taking the thing with the.
I don't know that like where I want not one word. He's doing plasma infusions from his child, like a vampire. I've never heard him say the word sunscreen, retinol, vitamin C serum. Can we start with that?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Can we get a little sunscreen going?
Or Botox.
Can we tox?
Can we tox? Yeah, you got to tox.
And by the way, his dad just looks like an old slob.
It must be a nightmare to date him. Like as a woman,
Yes.
like it must be. You age. It's a crime.
He's
like
undateable.
He would like.
He's undateable.
He probably doesn't keep women past. Is he? I mean, does he?
How does he even have relationships? How do you have a functional relationship when
don't.
you're that obsessed with yourself?
Or like your day so regimented.
Yeah.
You know?
All he does is eat various kales, supplements, do a blue light therapy on his entire face. You know how long it takes? It's like a 25-minute procedure.
Yeah.
Work out until he just looks like he's made out of skin.
Oh my God.
I'm
I'm thinking about the farting. All those vegetables, the farting must be out of control with that guy.
And does his dick work like all that work? Do you think how does it translate into his dick working properly or not?
That's a good question. Don't they say bodybuilders have small? Oh, that's with the steroids that their penis shrinks.
Yeah, but I don't think he's about that.
So do you think if you're healthier, you get better erections and you last longer in bed?
You're supposed to.
You're supposed to? Okay, so maybe, but then the fart, I mean, I keep obsessed with this fart. I just like all his vegetables. Like, what, 3 pounds of vegetables, dude? Wow.
70
7
a week. First of all, can you imagine even having to? First of all, the exercise is carrying those vegetables home with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. And second of all, yeah, you must be so gastro.
You must so gastro, and it just if you age, it is he's gonna like it's a crime.
He doesn't tolerate.
He does not tolerate aging. Not in that household.
Thank God his son was born a child and not an adult. Or
Thank
he'd
God
be
his
disowned.
thank God his son is a son, not a daughter, because she would have a lot of issues.
Can't with that guy.
Can't with that guy.
He's not hot to me. To me, I look at that lifestyle and I go, that's the lifestyle of a personality who, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, but on the inside, you're not hot.
He's scary looking, to be honest. He looks pale and milky.
And can I say this other?
Yeah.
So his name is Brian Johnson, Brian with a Y.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the news a while back because he was engaged to this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he told her, she sued him because he told her, just be with me. You don't have to work. I'll take care of you forever. Just, support me in like the things that I do and like be like a good woman to me. And then she got cancer and he left her and kicked her out of their home.
But not that. I'll support you. I'll do anything for love, but not that.
Because cancer's aging. Cancer makes me look old.
That's what it was. It was like the cancer's fine, but the aging, I can't be around an old person.
No, he's like, you're down to 59 pounds of vegetables a week. I can't do this anymore.
Right. I mean, that's the definition of cancer is your cells growing old, right? Your cells changing.
Well, your cells mutating.
Okay, whatever. I try to make a good point. It wasn't a good point.
But the chemotherapy and stuff is very aging. You can't. If you're sick, you don't look hot. What can I say? It's not your fault.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
you're not gonna look hot. You're sick.
Yeah, I mean that's such a priority at that time. Looking hot. It's like surviving is that.
Do you?
Right. That's. I mean, that doesn't surprise me coming from a guy like that.
Toxic.
So she sued him, and
so she sued him. Yeah, I don't. Okay, I didn't do enough research.
No, you don't have to. We don't even
have.
No, do. I don't know if our listeners care, but
if you do care, leave a comment telling us how we've disappointed you without enough data.
But I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, that guy's a jerk. He just screams. He looks like a villain in like a Batman movie. To be honest, like he looks like Bruce Wayne. Is that? Oh, that's okay.
No, he's a good guy, but I know what you mean.
You know what? It's so funny because the name Bruce Wayne sounds like a villain. It doesn't sound like the good guy. It sounds like Bruce Wayne owns Gotham.
Bruce sounds like a fuckboy, doesn't he?
No, it sounds like an evil CEO villain, like Smithers and like that kind of like.
Oh, here's what he said about her lawsuit. He said, not only are they entirely false, but she also missed the 2-year statute of limitations to file her claims. Pick a lane. Either they're false or she's too late. But not both. Yeah, you're wrong. And also, it's just
He's
too
like,
late for you to be
also, I
wrong.
want your plasma. Can I? You know what? He probably would like kill. Like he probably like murders like young girls, not to rape them.
Allegedly, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Allegedly. Oh my god. Cut that. He probably
He has so much money. Allegedly.
You know,
Sue us
okay,
under the
we're gonna
table.
edit that out because
No. We're keeping it.
No. We're
edgy.
gonna. Okay, but I'll say this. I'll edit that part out and this part. Okay, so he probably he probably allegedly
drinks the blood of virgins.
Drinks
just
the
say
blood
it.
of young girls.
Let's just commit on this podcast.
Okay.
He asked the court to dismiss her complaint and to compel her to pay his legal fees. I'm sorry. I'm dead. He because her plasma now is useless to him.
Because it's old plasma.
It's radiated plasma.
Mm.
I think I'm not to victim blame, but if you chose him and you knew that he was just like, he looks like he's been filleted because he's 3% body fat and obsessed with his face, like you didn't think you thought he was going to be the guy that stuck around no matter what.
Yeah, well, I guess you can never anticipate cancer. Like you can never anticipate that. She's probably like, oh, I mean, maybe she participated in the lifestyle too. She's like, well, okay, we're both like live forever.
Okay, maybe she's in the lifestyle. That's a good point. But I just feel like if you pick someone, like, you want to pick someone where you go, okay, if something horrible happened to me,
that's right.
This guy would still stick around, even if he fucked other people or got plasma from other people. You can get plasma. That's my deal. You can get plasma from other people.
That's it. That's your limit.
But please support me and stay with me.
But don't make me look like an idiot.
Don't get plasma
do it backstage
from someone that I know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, don't get plasma from a fan.
That's right. But you know what? I mean, just last thing about this, but the conversation about healthy eating, like no one, like my grandfather lived till his 90s. He never ate organic in his life. I don't think he ate a lot of vegetables ever. It's just, show me data that people live to their hundreds. I guess Japan is that one town in Japan. The blue zones are called. Like people live to
because they eat like fish and like not processed food or whatever.
Right. But in America, I mean, people live to 100 or like, I don't know. I have genes. Like,
also, the Japanese are not like known for infusing plasma.
Yeah, right.
Like, I think they just like eat well and like do yoga once in a while or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't come after me for saying that.
No, I mean, you're talking about their culture. There's these blue zones in Japan of like the most people over 100 live there. So, but then they say that, okay. But I'm saying in America, like these health nuts, like, no, it just seems like all of them die in their 60s. That's always the story.
First world problems is I have to look like I'm 20 when I'm 48. No, you don't. Just be happy with the plasma that God gave you.
Yeah.
Eat a couple vegetables. 70 pounds is insane.
And also, you're a guy. You could be a CEO of a company and people would take you seriously.
Get out of town.
Good. Okay.
This
Sorry,
guy's too much.
Bruce Wayne. Anyway. Okay.
What if I told you
that there is a genius dating hack out there that you do not want to ignore?
Do I not?
I found a dating hack you could not ignore.
This girl in college said the best dating advice was to make a fake profile on those dating apps and then catfish a guy into a first date. She said when he shows up for the date, the fake profile is obviously going to stand him up because she doesn't exist. That's when she would swoop in and work her magic. She said the guy would feel dejected because he got stood up, but he's also ready to go on a date. Right before he's about to leave and go back to his car, she would stop him and ask him for something dumb like directions somewhere. Most of the time, she would end up going on a really fun, spontaneous first date that night. She actually ended up marrying one of these guys, and they had a great marriage for a few years until she got a job in payroll at a tech company, and she saw that these other guys were making a lot more money than her husband. She ended up divorcing her husband to try and go after one of these new rich guys. She took her experience doing that, and now she actually runs a side business where she takes the payrolls of all the good-looking guys at the company, ranks them from highest paid to lowest paid, and then she sells that list out to other girls in the Bay Area who are kind of looking for that type of lifestyle themselves. She claims her dating services are responsible for over 10 marriages and 15 divorces.
I just want to say, this is the best. This trumps that hustle.
Yeah.
This trumps that adoption hustle.
Oh, yeah.
By a lot.
What are you impressed most about?
I'm really impressed. Okay, this is what I want to know. This is why I feel like we need data. I want to know if the catfish personality is hotter or less hot than her. Because if you set up a catfish that's like really hot, like
a model, supermodel,
like a model, and the guy, so you're gonna hook the guy. You don't really have to have a personality, and and then he's disappointed, like, and you swoop in. Are you like, are you swooping into a guy where he's like, oh, I guess I'll take it? Or
Yeah.
is he going, oh my God, I didn't get this hot girl, but like this super hot girl really wants me, so.
I mean, something tells me she's not hot. I mean, a hot girl, this is not hot girl behavior. Like, I mean, what hot girls like tricks men? Like, hot girls don't catfish men.
You're right. This is six behavior.
This is a six behavior. Maybe she's catfishing, like, maybe she is so bad looking that she's catfishing, like, 4s and she's a 3. And so she's like, wow, I got a really hot guy.
Maybe she's a 4 catfishing 2s.
Right.
So they go, so maybe the catfish is like, her catfish personality is like a 7. The 7 doesn't show up, but a 6 shows up and he goes,
Okay.
okay. I'm a lowly too.
Yeah.
And then what did she do? She made a list of high paying. Oh no, she divorced him for somebody better.
She like was
and made a
looking-
list of people who are even better and sold them to girls who want to get divorced and then remarried.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I have to tell you, that's a full-time job.
This is a full-time job. So she got married. Okay, so she, married one of them, the catfish.
Yeah.
And I guess that never came up in conversation. Like, oh, actually, like a catfish, that was me.
Is that what led to the divorce?
Maybe
he didn't specify.
Oh, he didn't specify, but I think it's because she started working in payroll, and all the high rollers are in payroll.
Right.
That's
so
where
you figure out who's
she's
the high
definitely
roller.
a 3. I mean, what 10 is like? Oh, I'm gonna go for the payroll guys. Like,
But what a resourceful 3. Not every 3 has their shit together like that.
No.
A lot of 3s that I know, and I'm not here to shade anyone, are a mess.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, all that work, just like brush your hair. I don't know.
Get some work done.
Get some work done. All that. Yeah, you could just like get surgeries and like forget all this.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
here's
cheaper.
what's so smart. If you're a 3 and you're doing your catfish hustle and then you're getting guys with money and then you're getting hotter, then you can keep upping your catfish game
Wow.
to a point.
Right.
Because women do expire like milk.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but when you're a 3 and someone's a 2, it's just like forever. Like it just.
it just bonds you forever.
You're
You're
always
so lucky.
I mean, yeah. How much better could you look when you're young? I guess. Yeah. I guess if you're a 3, you must look better when you're younger because you're young.
Right.
But then when you're older, like the 3 becomes like a really bad, like a 2.
I just know that he was saying this to be like, oh, isn't this fucked up? And, the tongue-in-cheek, 10 marriages, 15 divorces, ha, 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 ha. But first of all, I feel like he was the original guy that got catfished.
That's-
Obviously, he's like
My
really mad about
friend,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. One of my best friends had this like crazy experience where he was humiliated. And I just think that you have to respect her.
Yeah, I do respect the hustle, but I also think maybe she should think higher of herself. Like I don't know her, but I mean,
Does she not think super highly of herself? Oh, no, she has to trick people. So,
just
of
to
course,
trick
her
people.
self-esteem is low.
It just seems like a man would do shit like this. Like
Yeah,
that's
it
like a
does.
man behavior. But like a woman doing it, she must be really ugly.
And she's making it work.
Yeah.
If I were really ugly, I would probably be I'd probably live under a rock. I probably wouldn't leave the house. I wouldn't live in New
You'd
York
live
City.
you'd be in a hospital.
Yeah.
Just like hang out in the hospital.
I would be in a basement.
Yeah.
I would be entombed in a basement.
Right.
And this is no shade to any of our producers, but like I would live in a basement apartment. Yeah, where like barely any light came through.
Right. Yeah. Because
hid my
at
hideousness.
least you don't have wrinkles, right? Because it's like Notre Dame, like the Hunchback in Notre Dame. That you treat yourself like that.
Yeah, I would live
in the
by
tower.
by a bell.
Yeah, by a bell.
A bell would be my only friend.
I would join the circus if I was a 3.
You think it's that uncommon to be a 3 that you'd be freakish?
Yeah, like I would make money. I don't know, like make it a show. Like ever see the 3 in New York City? In New York City, a 3 is a circus act.
That's true.
You know, like you don't see a lot of 3s. I mean, the ugliest.
You see, the 3s are invisible in New York.
Right.
You pass a 3, it's like you pass air.
Right. Okay. So the 3s that live like I don't know in like Upper West Side, something like that. I would do like a circus act.
Yeah,
and I would
come
like
see the 3s of Williamsburg.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god,
And I would
yeah,
like,
these
well-
people are ugly.
yeah, I would like learn cartwheels or something, and like
You really know what people want.
yeah, I would join the circus if I was a 3, and I would and I don't know, I would probably like be a surrogate because no one's gonna fuck me, so I could just my only chance of pregnancy is like have Kim Kardashian's baby.
Yeah, for like 30 grand.
Actually,
By the
they'd be
way,
like no. Actually, they'd be like no, thank you.
They probably underpay surrogates too.
Oh my
this
God,
is
that's
getting
a-
off topic.
No, that's
but-
a whole other conversation. The surrogate conversation is
There's
actually
no way.
really sad, but we're gonna talk about it. To be continued, boys. I know you want to hear about surrogates, but
I know our male-dominated audience can't wait to hear about pregnancy.
but nobody cares.
Okay, this is just stupid. So I don't know if you knew this. What if I told you? It's a conspiracy. What if I told you?
What if I told you?
No one really gives a fuck about your dumb problems.
What?
Yeah.
Mine? What are you talking about, Karen?
I
Literally, people call me asking about my problems.
Listen, I'm just saying no one cares. Will you please roll the We see what I'm talking about?
I don't give a fuck if your mother died in your arms, you cunt. I'm serious. I don't give a shit. We've had guys, their wife is giving birth. As God is my witness. He's a doctor, Dr. Joe. Push, honey. Oh, yeah, Dan, I got push, honey, push. I don't give a shit. Nobody, don't you understand? Nobody cares about all the trials and tribulations of your fucking weak cunt life. Don't you understand that? What the fuck do I have to do here? You fucking moron.
Wow, I'm wet.
What? Yeah, I'm sliding around.
Hell yeah.
My favorite part is, what do you want me to do here? Like they asked him to solve their weak problems. I actually don't know the context of this video. I don't even know who that guy is or why he's in tears.
Yeah, it sounds like a motivational speech. It's one of those like tough love motivational speakers.
Do you feel motivated?
I mean, kind of, because I'm like, oh yeah, like your problems are dumb. Like, oh, you have to have a baby. Like, okay, cry me a freaking river, dude. Like your vagina is gonna be like thing. And
if you literally show up to a podcast with impeccable hair and boobs that are on point, right? Yeah, the producer said yeah. Then then your problems are weak bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Like what problems do you have that are so bad? Zero.
No, I have my life's great.
Yeah, I mean, I just sometimes someone has to scream cunt in your face for you to really appreciate what you have.
Right, exactly. We should all be appreciative because other people don't have as much as we do, and
most importantly, they don't care.
They don't care.
That was his point.
Well, you know what I always think about? Okay, I'm going to say this. Like my great grandmother, okay, she like escaped like pogroms in like Eastern Europe, fires. She lost 4 kids in like childbirth. She, came to America by herself and, opened up a store. And I put crystals on my face when someone CCs me on an email at my job. Like when my boss gets CC'd on email, I have to put like crystals to my face because I'm so traumatized. And like my great grandma would be like, "Are you freaking?" I lost 4 babies,
bro,
after childbirth. Oh. Lived through the pogroms. They burned my house because I was Jewish.
That's horrible. Yeah. But sometimes I have to wake up at 6 a.m. to make my best butt ever class. And I'm just saying that's not easy either.
No, it's not.
Not that it's a competition.
It's the same Jewish struggle, right? Like I have to wake up and, get my hair straight. And you had to live through the pogroms in Eastern Europe. And that's a Jewish struggle as well.
I have to catfish someone into thinking that I'm way hotter than I am. After that's a hard problem for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all Jewish problems. It's just different Jewish problems.
It's just different levels of the same thing. Yeah. But the guy he was crying.
Yeah.
He was in tears because he couldn't believe how much people cared about their own stupid problems.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care if your mother died in your arms. I'm just saying that's a real problem.
I mean, that's pretty traumatic.
Yeah, it's kind of a big one.
But then you think about our great-grandparents. They lived through so much trauma.
Right.
Like every great-grandparent out there, unless your great-grandparent was like a royal, everyone's
Which is probably also traumatizing.
Yeah.
And the question wasn't, did you go through trauma? The question was, does anybody care? And the answer is a hard no.
I care. I mean, if your parents die in your arms, I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway.
But do you care? Do you actively spend time in your life caring? I think that's a decent point. No one's going around in their life caring about your problems. You care about your problems. Nobody else cares about your problems.
Right.
No one fucking cares.
But people have empathy. I mean, your friends have empathy for your problems.
Of course. But ultimately, when push comes to shove, it's true. No one gives a fuck. We're such a precious generation. No, as our producers, no disrespect, but we're the millennial generation where we think everybody cares about our problems. And here's an elderly boomer saying, "No, they don't. People fought in wars. No one fucking cares.
Yeah, no one cares."
Okay.
Well, yeah, you suck it up and go to work, right?
Yeah, suck it up and suck it.
Go to payroll. Go to payroll. Get a guy. Catfish. No one cares.
Put a little effort into catfishing. Solve your problems. Easy.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Okay. Here is another motivating tip about following your passion, Karen. Let's take a look.
What if I told you?
What if I told you this is how you follow your passion, or whatever?
It's like when people tell you to follow your passion, it means they're already rich.
That's it.
Oh,
that's
that was
a clip.
it.
That's a clip.
Nice.
And it really resonated with me because, we talk about nepotism. We talk about, anyone in the creative space. To be a full-time creative, you have to start with money or connections.
You have to. I saw a thing that said, a lot of people who are rich who don't have to worry about money are artists.
That's right.
And they go, instead of like hating on those people and just being like, oh, you have the luxury of doing art, maybe we should think about what human beings are like. That when you take away the stresses of everyday life and having to make money and just take that away, a lot of people choose art. Like the human soul chooses art as a default.
Right.
I thought that was really cool.
But you also don't have to sit at a desk from 9 to 5. That's also pretty.
Must be nice.
The human soul does not want to sit at a desk at Merrill Lynch from 9 to 5. So that's also what the human soul wants.
Right. The human soul wants to transition from Audacity headquarters to Audacity downtown.
And I saw that, and I understand like the concept of that meme for sure, and I agree with it. I thought it was hard, but it's also like creative fields are kind of like childlike because you're like playing, you're like
Yeah.
But yeah, you have all these like remember that they don't do it anymore, but there was like these influencers on Instagram being like, just quit your job, follow your dreams, and it's like, dude, you have a safety net.
Rich, you have a nanny.
Yeah.
People who have kids and work and don't have a nanny, they're not following their passions, baby girl.
No.
They're I don't. What's a good job? That's not going to offend people. They're working a job.
Yeah.
Following passions is for children and the rich.
Right. Exactly. And you know what? And anyone else can do it on nights and weekends. That's it.
Which is what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. For the rest of us, we're doing it on nights and weekends. But the rich and the whatever. But
And by the way, speaking of following your passions on weekends and night times, we have some shows coming up.
Yes, let's do it. Let's plug.
We have some shows coming up, and this is where we follow our passions, which, by the way, are all over YouTube at this point. We have a show coming up at the Stand in New York City, in Union Square, Stand Comedy Club, Wednesday, June 21st at 7 p.m. Get your tickets online. We're going to post about it constantly. It's in our link tree. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@AudacityComedy. On social, we're AudacityComedy_, where you can find links to our live shows, too. If you're in the Philly area, we're going to be at City Winery Friday, June 9th. At 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets. Sick Philly lineup. We adore Philly. Go Birds.
They don't always love us, but we
love the Birds.
we do. We won't make fun of Philly this time. That's
they hate being made fun of, but it's like, oh my God, shoot less people. We'll get into it later.
Okay, sorry.
I don't care. Come after me. Check out the YouTube, check out the IG, check out TikTok, and let us know what you think. We can't wait to hang out with you again. We're gonna have a little 3-minute post-show after party right after this. So we're gonna put it for free. Eventually, it won't be free. So
take advantage of it now.
Gorge yourself and knock yourself out. And we're gonna see you guys again next week.
Bye.
You're listening to
The Audacity.
Let's do a little post-show after